if Donald Trump wins, have you thought about the possibility he might use the power of the federal government against you personally?
Yeah, I have, but I'm comforted in the fact that he's coming after you first.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at George Clooney's life, his journey, his family, and some recent news that's deeply moved many of his fans. If you're drawn to powerful stories and moments that truly matter, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Let's begin. Early life. Born on May 6, 1961, in Lexington, Kentucky, George Timothy Clooney grew up immersed in a family that combined show business with strong Midwestern values. He was the son of Nina Bruce, a former beauty queen and city councilwoman, and Nick Clooney, a well-known television host and journalist. This unique household, where media, performance, and civic engagement intertwined, set the stage for a childhood that was equal parts ordinary and extraordinary. From a young age, George was surrounded by cameras, microphones, and backstage banter, all of which subtly sparked his interest in storytelling and performance. Raised primarily in the small town of Augusta, Kentucky, Clooney's early years were shaped by a close-knit community and strong family ties. The Clooney name already carried some celebrity due to his father's work in local television and his aunt Rosemary Clooney, a renowned singer and actress of the 1950s. Rosemary's glamorous Hollywood lifestyle loomed in contrast to George's modest upbringing, offering him a glimpse into the world of entertainment while reinforcing the importance of humility and resilience. Despite having showbiz relatives, George wasn't handed a clear path to fame. His parents emphasized education, hard work, and being grounded. In school, Clooney was an athletic and social kid. He played basketball and baseball and even dreamed briefly of becoming a professional athlete. In fact, after high school, he tried out for the Cincinnati Reds in 1977 but didn't make the cut. The disappointment was formative, teaching him perseverance and redirecting his ambitions toward other avenues. Around this time, he also developed Bell's palsy, a condition that temporarily paralyzed part of his face. The experience, though difficult, built his sense of humor and empathy, traits that would later become hallmarks of his public persona. While acting wasn't Clooney's first aspiration, it slowly took root thanks to pivotal family connections and encouragement. His first real break came in the early 1980s when his cousin, Miguel Ferrer, Rosemary Clooney's son and an actor himself, invited George to work as an extra on a film. That brief but formative exposure led Clooney to move to Los Angeles and seriously pursue acting, though he initially juggled odd jobs and endured years of minor roles and rejections. Unlike many who enter the industry by luck or legacy, Clooney carved his path through sheer persistence, often sleeping in his car and taking on bit parts to build his resume. Throughout his early life, George Clooney's journey was marked by a fusion of everyday Americana and the allure of showbiz just within reach. His upbringing taught him discipline, while his family's involvement in media and entertainment offered both inspiration and access. From the ball fields of Kentucky to small roles on Hollywood sets, Clooney's early experiences laid the foundation for a career that would blend charisma, political awareness, and creative drive, traits seeded in his childhood and nurtured by the people closest to him. Career and success. From small beginnings and persistent hustle in Hollywood, George Clooney's career gradually transformed into one of the most respected and influential in the entertainment industry. After years of guest appearances and supporting roles in television throughout the 1980s, Clooney's first major breakthrough came in 1994 when he was cast as Dr. Doug Ross on the NBC medical drama ER. His smoldering charisma, understated intensity, and natural screen presence quickly made him a household name. The role earned him 2 Primetime Emmy nominations and 3 Golden Globe nominations, but more importantly, it opened the door to film stardom and gave him the momentum to transition from TV heartthrob to serious actor. Clooney's leap to the big screen was solidified with leading roles in From Dusk Till Dawn, 1996, One Fine Day, 1996, and The Peacemaker, 1997, but it was his starring role in Out of Sight, 1998. His first collaboration with director Steven Soderbergh, that marked a turning point. The film's cool aesthetic and Clooney's nuanced performance signaled his evolution into a serious cinematic presence. This creative partnership with Soderbergh would go on to produce some of Clooney's most iconic work, including the massively successful Ocean's 11 trilogy, 2001 to 2007, in which Clooney played the suave and calculating Danny Ocean alongside a star-studded ensemble cast. As his acting career soared, Clooney simultaneously developed a reputation as a thoughtful, risk-taking filmmaker. In 2005, he wrote, directed, and co-starred in Good Night and Good Luck, a black-and-white drama about journalist Edward R. Murrow's stand against McCarthyism. The film was a critical triumph, earning 6 Academy Award nominations, including Best Director and Best Original Screenplay for Clooney. That same year, he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his performance in the politically charged thriller Syriana, 2005, further cementing his standing as a leading man who could combine star power with substance. Throughout the 2000s and 2010s, Clooney continued to take on diverse and challenging roles in films like Michael Clayton, 2007, Up in the Air, 2009, and The Descendants, 2011, each earning him Oscar nominations and widespread critical acclaim. His performances showcased a deepening emotional range, moving from sardonic charm to moral complexity with ease. He also co-founded the production company Smokehouse Pictures with friend and collaborator Grant Heslov, producing a range of acclaimed films including Argo, 2012, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Outside of acting and directing, Clooney has become a global figure through his humanitarian work and political advocacy. He has used his platform to spotlight issues in Darfur, co-founded the Not on Our Watch project, and served as a UN messenger of peace. His public image, equal parts matinee idol, social conscience, and witty icon, has helped redefine what it means to be a Hollywood leading man. From ER's emergency room to the red carpets of Cannes and the boardrooms of billion-dollar ventures, George Clooney's career is a masterclass in longevity, reinvention, and purpose. He has left an indelible mark on both television and film, inspired countless actors with his versatility and ethics, and built a legacy that blends cinematic excellence with real-world impact. His journey from small-town Kentucky to global acclaim continues to influence the industry and the world, well beyond the screen. Income and net worth. George Clooney's financial success is a testament to his multi-dimensional career as an actor, director, producer, and savvy entrepreneur. With an estimated net worth ranging between $500 million and $600 million, Clooney has built a financial empire that reaches far beyond the silver screen. His wealth is the result of decades of strategic career choices, critically acclaimed projects, and high-yield business ventures that have elevated him from Hollywood star to one of the wealthiest figures in the entertainment industry. At the core of Clooney's income lies his prolific film and television career, which has spanned over 3 decades. From his breakout role on ER to leading roles in box office hits like Ocean's 11, Syriana, The Descendants, and Gravity, Clooney has commanded multi-million-dollar salaries per role. His transition into directing and producing has further diversified his revenue streams. While acting brought him fame, business ventures catapulted Clooney into another financial stratosphere. In 2013, alongside Randa Gerber and Mike Meldman, he co-founded Casamigos Tequila, initially intended as a private label for friends and family. The brand's popularity exploded, and in 2017, Casamigos was sold to Diageo in a deal worth up to $1 billion. Clooney reportedly earned around $233 million pre-tax from the deal, instantly making him one of the highest-paid entertainers of that year, despite not having starred in a film that year. Clooney has also earned substantial income through endorsement deals, particularly overseas. He has been a brand ambassador for Nespresso for over a decade, reportedly earning over $40 million from the partnership. He has also appeared in advertising campaigns for Omega Watches, Fiat, and Martini, among others, leveraging his charm and international appeal to attract top-tier luxury brands. From primetime TV stardom and award-winning cinema to billion-dollar business exits and global endorsements, George Clooney has masterfully crafted a financial legacy that matches his iconic status. His ability to pivot between art, commerce, and activism ensures that his fortune and influence will remain firmly intact for years to come. Lifestyle insights. George Clooney's lifestyle, much like his career, is a graceful balance of sophistication, authenticity, and purpose. Having achieved global fame as an actor, director, and entrepreneur, Clooney has shaped a life that reflects not only his public success, but also his deep-seated values, intellectual interests, and humanitarian convictions. From his love of the arts to his tireless activism, Clooney leads a life rich in character and grounded in principle. Off-screen, Clooney is known for his refined yet down-to-earth approach to living. Though he enjoys the perks of fame, he's never been one to chase extravagant excess. His daily life is fueled more by curiosity, conversation, and connection than by spectacle. A true cinephile, Clooney spends much of his time watching classic films, reading historical biographies, and staying deeply engaged with politics and world affairs. He is widely regarded as a thoughtful commentator on social issues and often credits his journalistic upbringing. His father, Nick Clooney, was a respected news anchor, for instilling in him a critical eye and global awareness. Clooney's hobbies further reveal his passion for craftsmanship and tradition. A lifelong fan of vintage motorcycles, he enjoys the quiet thrill of riding and the hands-on care it requires. He's also known for his appreciation of fine whiskey, classic literature, and old-school jazz, all of which contribute to a personal style and rhythm that feels both timeless and unpretentious. He often jokes that he's an old soul, and his lifestyle certainly reflects that blend of elegance and simplicity. When it comes to personal style, Clooney has long been a symbol of modern classicism. Whether appearing on the red carpet in a sharp tuxedo or attending interviews in clean, well-fitted basics, he maintains an effortlessly polished aesthetic. His wardrobe choices, favoring muted tones, clean silhouettes, and impeccable tailoring, mirror his broader lifestyle philosophy: dignified, understated, and enduring. One of the most defining aspects of Clooney's life is his commitment to philanthropy and justice. He co-founded the Clooney Foundation for Justice, which supports human rights work and provides legal support to victims of abuse and oppression around the world. He also co-launched the Not on Our Watch project with fellow actors Don Cheadle, Matt Damon, and Brad Pitt, aiming to stop mass atrocities through advocacy and humanitarian aid. These efforts show that Clooney doesn't just lend his name to causes, he actively works to make a difference. Despite his fame, Clooney is also someone who values humor, humility, and connection. He's known for his legendary pranks on set and his lighthearted interviews, which contrast with the seriousness of his professional choices. This duality, serious about the world, lighthearted about himself, has endeared him to fans and peers alike. Over the years, he has also weathered public scrutiny with a calm, self-aware wit, never shying away from controversy, but choosing to respond with dignity and measured perspective. Fatherhood has brought a new dimension to Clooney's lifestyle. Since welcoming twins Alexander and Ella in 2017, he has embraced a more family-centered routine. He frequently speaks about the joy and grounding he finds in parenting, describing it as his most meaningful role yet. The experience has reportedly brought even more focus to his humanitarian efforts, as he increasingly considers the world his children will inherit. George Clooney's lifestyle is a portrait of thoughtful living, rooted in integrity, intellect, and compassion. Whether advocating for justice, riding a motorcycle at dawn, or laughing over dinner with close friends, Clooney lives with intention and grace. His way of life not only enhances his public image, but also reinforces the core values that define him: generosity, authenticity, and purpose. In an industry often defined by excess, Clooney's enduring appeal lies in his ability to remain remarkably human, and that, more than anything, adds to his powerful legacy. Relationships and personal life. Just as George Clooney's career reflects thoughtful evolution and maturity, so too do the relationships that have shaped his personal life. Throughout the years, Clooney has navigated a path from Hollywood bachelor to devoted husband and father, all while maintaining enduring friendships and family bonds that reflect his values of loyalty, sincerity, and quiet strength. Long before he became an international icon, Clooney experienced a deeply personal chapter that would leave a lasting impression on his life. In his early 20s, while still finding his footing as an aspiring actor, Clooney was in a serious relationship with a woman named Emily Hastings, a theater student he met while working on a regional stage production in Kentucky. The two shared a passionate and tender connection, with Clooney later describing her as his first real love and someone he genuinely believed he would marry. They supported each other through early career struggles, and their time together became a foundation of emotional maturity for Clooney. Tragically, Emily's life was cut short in March 2025, when she died unexpectedly in a car accident while traveling for a humanitarian arts program she had helped organize. Though they had long gone their separate ways, Clooney was deeply affected by her passing. In a quiet tribute, he spoke in a rare interview about how Emily's warmth and belief in him during those early years helped shape his resilience and compassion. Her death, though distant in time, brought back a flood of memories and served as a reminder of the fragile beauty of youthful dreams and first love. Clooney's response was deeply introspective, privately honoring her memory and making a donation in her name to support arts education programs, a cause close to her heart. Years later, after a well-documented stretch of bachelorhood and a high-profile early marriage to actress Talia Balsam, 1989 to 1993, Clooney found enduring love with Amal Alamuddin, a brilliant international human rights lawyer. Their meeting in 2013 marked a turning point in Clooney's personal life. The couple married in a celebrated ceremony in Venice in September 2014, and together they have since become a symbol of modern partnership, equal parts elegance, intellect, and shared purpose. In 2017, George and Amal welcomed twins, Alexander and Ella, a life-changing moment that shifted Clooney's focus toward family. Parenthood, especially later in life, has brought a sense of grounding and quiet joy. He often describes his children as the center of his universe and is committed to shielding them from the glare of fame while instilling values of kindness, curiosity, and global awareness. Outside of his immediate family, Clooney remains close to his parents, Nick and Nina Clooney, and his sister Adelia, Ada. These bonds have remained strong despite the challenges of global fame, with George often attributing his moral compass and work ethic to his upbringing. He credits his father's journalism background for inspiring his own social and political consciousness, and his mother's warmth for nurturing his empathetic nature. Professionally, Clooney has built lasting friendships with fellow actors and collaborators. His connections with Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, and Don Cheadle have evolved from on-screen chemistry into real-life camaraderie. His partnership with Grant Heslov, with whom he co-founded Smokehouse Pictures, has become one of the most trusted creative alliances in Hollywood. These friendships reflect Clooney's preference for collaboration built on respect and shared values, rather than convenience or status. Clooney's relationship with the public has not been without controversy. His outspoken political stances and firm opinions have at times invited scrutiny. Yet he has always faced criticism with humor and authenticity, never shying away from defending his beliefs or standing by those he cares about. This consistency has earned him respect not only in Hollywood but on the global stage. In the end, George Clooney's relationships, past and present, tell the story of a man who values emotional honesty, resilience, and loyalty above all else. From youthful heartbreak to a deeply rooted marriage, from childhood bonds to lifelong creative friendships, his connections are not mere footnotes. They are the soul of his story. They reveal a man who has loved deeply, lost meaningfully, and grown intentionally. And through it all, Clooney remains a figure defined not just by talent or success, but by the richness of the relationships that have shaped him. Real estate. Building on the depth of his personal relationships, George Clooney's real estate collection serves as a physical embodiment of his refined taste, sense of community, and appreciation for beauty in understated luxury. In 2002, Clooney purchased the historic Villa Oleandra in Laglio on Lake Como for approximately $7 to $10 million. This breathtaking 18th century estate includes 25 rooms, a private gym, tennis court, outdoor swimming pool, home theater, and a pizza room tucked by the lake. It houses his vintage motorcycles and offers sweeping lakeside views across manicured gardens. Today, the villa's worth is estimated at over 100 million euros, largely due to its architectural pedigree, upgrades, and Clooney's famous residency. Clooney also acquired the adjacent Villa Margherita, expanding his retreat and enhancing privacy, often using it to host close friends, high-profile guests, and intimate gatherings. Clooney's longtime main home was a 7,300 square foot property in Studio City, which he bought in 1995 for about $2.2 million from Stevie Nicks. The 6-bedroom, multiple-bathroom house featured a screening room and generous outdoor space. It became a sanctuary during his career's early Hollywood years. He sold the residence in recent years for over $14 million, reportedly to former Miss Universe Olivia Culpo and her husband Christian McCaffrey, marking a shift toward a more global home base. In 2014, Clooney and Amal purchased a stately Georgian manor on a private island in the River Thames at Sunningeye, paying around £10 million. With 9 bedrooms, a library, cinema, wine cellar, formal gardens, and even flood defenses, the home combines British heritage with modern comfort. It provides a peaceful family base, especially suited to Amal's legal work in the UK. In 2009, Clooney co-built a vacation compound in Los Cabos, Mexico, with Randa Gerber and adjacent to Cindy Crawford's, designed by Ricardo and Victor Legarreta. Inspired by their tequila venture Casamigos, his home features a central bar, open kitchen, expansive courtyards, pools, terraces, and breezy lounge spaces. Clooney's darker, clubbier side of the aesthetic contrasts with his friend's lighter home, yet both blend into a relaxed, social retreat built for holidays and gatherings. The properties were sold to a Mexican billionaire in 2016, freeing Clooney to explore other estates. As of 2021, Clooney reportedly invested in an 18th century vineyard estate near Brignoles, France, complete with a manor house, pool, and tennis court. He referred to it as a return to his roots in farm life, reflecting how his childhood longing transformed into a mature embrace of pastoral living. Across all these properties, Clooney's style is consistent: timeless elegance, respect for historic architecture, and understated luxury. His homes favor neutral tones, warm finishes, artful lighting, and intimate spaces suited for family or friends rather than flamboyant showrooms. Essential features, libraries, entertainment areas, courtyards, lakeside balconies or terraces reflect his love for hosting, conversation, and environment. Cars and vehicles. Continuing from his refined real estate portfolio, George Clooney's relationship with vehicles mirrors the same sense of timeless style, understated luxury, and personal flair. From his earliest days in Kentucky to his current jet-setting lifestyle, Clooney's choice in cars has evolved alongside his journey, never about showing off but always reflecting character and taste. In his early years, before fame found him, Clooney drove a mid-70s Chevrolet Monte Carlo, a car he's described with both nostalgia and humor. It was a used, slightly beat-up vehicle with manual locks and no air conditioning, but it served him well through his leaner years as a struggling actor. That car, with its squeaky doors and hard-worn seats, became part of his story, symbolizing both independence and grit as he navigated Hollywood without guarantees. As his star rose, so did the caliber of vehicles in his garage. Clooney became known for his love of vintage and high-performance machines, particularly motorcycles. He's a devoted rider and has owned several Harley-Davidsons and custom-built choppers, often seen riding through California canyons or coastal roads. His passion for bikes even led to a serious accident in 2018 while filming in Sardinia, after which he reportedly scaled back on his riding for safety reasons, especially for the sake of his family. In terms of cars, Clooney's collection includes stylish yet classic choices like the Lexus LS, a Tesla Roadster, and the Porsche 911 Carrera II, vehicles that offer sophistication without unnecessary flash. He also once owned a rare Tango T600, a compact electric car that highlights his interest in eco-friendly innovation. Clooney was among the first celebrities to endorse electric vehicles publicly, showcasing his commitment to sustainability well before it became trendy in Hollywood. Though not known for extravagant car flaunting, Clooney has auctioned off some of his vehicles for charity, including his Tesla Roadster and several bikes, channeling his passion into philanthropic action. His garage today is believed to still house a mix of practical luxury sedans, motorcycles, and eco-conscious models, aligning with his mature, grounded lifestyle. When it comes to travel, Clooney often favors private jets, not for vanity, but for privacy and efficiency, particularly when juggling international humanitarian work, film commitments, and family responsibilities. On film sets, he's known to use practical SUVs or chauffeured cars to stay low profile and focused. Current lifestyle. In 2025, George Clooney remains a dynamic figure in both the cultural and humanitarian realms, continuing to evolve as an artist, advocate, and international communicator. On the creative front, Clooney made his Broadway debut in March 2025, starring as Edward R. Murrow in the stage adaptation of Good Night and Good Luck, which he co-wrote with longtime collaborator Grant Heslov. The production received widespread acclaim, broke historical box office records for a non-musical play, including multiple $4 million weeks, and was broadcast live on CNN and HBO. It earned Clooney a Tony nomination for Best Actor in a Play and launched a phase blending theater and cinematic storytelling. Simultaneously, Clooney remains actively engaged as a producer and director. His recently released limited series, The Department, 2024 to 2025, tackles political corruption and morality in leadership with a global ensemble cast, while his upcoming European historical drama continues his trajectory towards socially conscious storytelling. Though acting roles have become less frequent, his influence behind the camera continues to grow. In his philanthropic and advocacy work, Clooney is highly active through the Clooney Foundation for Justice. In March 2025, the foundation expanded its Trial Watch initiative by monitoring the trial of independent Georgian journalist Mzia Amaglobeli, marking CFJ's firm commitment to press freedom. Privately, Clooney maintains a grounded rhythm in his personal life. He and Amal continue to raise their twins, Alexander and Ella, now 8 years old, with bilingual education in French, Italian, and English. The family spends extended time at their Provence estate, Domaine du Canadel, purchased in 2021 for around €8 million. Clooney also remains vocal on global issues. He recently penned a candid op-ed supporting press, freedom, and critiquing political leadership, reflecting his long-standing commitment to speaking truth even at personal risk, reinforcing his public persona as both entertainer and engaged citizen. In July 2025, unverified rumors circulated online claiming that Clooney had experienced a minor stroke. Though no confirmed medical source or official representative has confirmed the incident, media speculation prompted concern among fans. Clooney's publicists have neither confirmed nor denied the claim, though most credible outlets have treated it as unsubstantiated and likely an internet rumor or misinterpretation of past health discussions. He continues his public engagements without visible interruption, suggesting that, if anything occurred, it was not severe enough to derail his projects or public appearances. George Clooney is redefining what it means to age with purpose. Whether debuting on Broadway, advocating for justice, or nurturing his family, he remains ever evolving. His recent projects bridge generations and mediums, while his foundation work amplifies his moral voice. He balances global influence with personal presence, showing that relevance in 2025 rests not on constant visibility, but on integrity, impact, and thoughtful evolution. That brings us to the end of this story. If you enjoyed it, don't miss the other celebrity journeys waiting for you on screen. Thanks so much for watching.